Hi everyone, 大家好, this is Jingwei, and today I'm going to do a in-depth comparison between Valkyrie and Adele. So maybe my previous video I was not clear enough, so this time I will be laying out all the facts of both Valkyrie and Adele to help players choose which one they want to go for, okay? So before I start, let's just start a match so you all can watch while I start yapping. Okay, so first I want to talk about Adele's pros, her good things about her. Okay, so Adele has very consistent damage because her 3 target rage skill has very similar multipliers to her normal attack. So most DPS will have lower damage during their normal attack turns because their normal attack will only do 100% of damage as compared to their skill. But for Adele, this is not the case because her normal attack has a very high multiplier. Okay, so in hidden state, Adele can deal a lot of damage because the single target damage might kill enemies, and this can proc the skills Will, Anger and Chase, which will help her to gain a lot more buffs and chain her skills more easily. Moreover, Bleed is actually a very powerful debuff until the arrival of Cynthia, which is quite far away. And if we look at her skill 4 description, Adele can technically deal 2 times bleed damage because apart from the normal bleed damage, right, the same bleed damage will be removed from the opponent's max HP. So technically it's like twice, okay, if you get it. Okay, so the downside of her is that her 3 target rage skill has a fixed targeting on the lowest HP enemy, and one of the enemies will always be the turtle summon if the opponent has it on field. So since one of them will be the turtle summon, then the total damage dealt on the enemy team is like 1/3 lesser. So yeah, but this downside can sometimes help her because the turtle summon is still considered an enemy, and if Adele can manage to kill this turtle summon, then it will proc the skills Will, Anger and Chase, and proccing Chase can increase her damage by a lot. So the thing is that if she can kill the summon, then it's helping her actually. If she cannot, then it is wasted damage. The next con about her is that she is unable to utilize the strike plus astrological orb first turn burst because her 3 turn skill her 3 target skill is kind of mid, so it's not that good. She can't really use it well. And another downside is that if the opponent dies by bleed, which is quite common, Adele is unable to proc Will, Anger and Chase. So it's good that she can kill with bleed, but she can't gather all these buffs for her. And the last downside about her is that her copies are expensive and difficult to obtain for free to plays. So that's quite sad. Now we'll talk about Valkyrie. Okay, Valkyrie. Okay, so for Valkyrie, her damage will fluctuate between burst and the low damage because as I explained before, she will have like a high damage and low damage between when she's not using her skill and using her normal attack. Okay, I'm just like talking shit, bro. Okay, but then Valkyrie have a lot more teamwork utility because she got the armor break and she also provide this buff thing, right? So yeah. She also has a skill 4 passive buff, this one, which can buff the entire team, and the more light units there are, the better. Plus we have 3 core light units, which are Themis, Gale and the twins. So having Valkyrie will make it even better. And another good thing about Valkyrie is that she can utilize the astrological orb plus strike combination because her burst is quite good. Also, she can hit up to 5 people at once. So yeah, if she can hit 5 people at once, then her damage will be very great, obviously. And the last good thing about her is that her copies are very accessible, as mentioned, because you can obtain her from this thing and the hall shop. So let's talk about Valkyrie's downsides now. So she has auto targeting. So without fixed targeting, sometimes her rage skill might only hit 3 enemies or lesser, and hitting so little enemies will make her damage fall off as compared to Adele, who will always hit 3 enemies if there are 3 enemies available. And due to her having an AoE skill, right, she may not be able to finish them off, and making it more difficult for her to proc Will and Anger. So yeah, these two skills have slightly lesser value on her. And the last thing about her is that, where is the awakening? So Valkyrie's awakening node 3 gives damage boost 10%, which is okay, but it's not better than Adele, which gives a 10% speed boost. So as mentioned, speed is always the most important stat in this game, because whoever moves first will win. So that's another thing. So these are Valkyrie's total downsides. And then now, let's move on to the dream team. And for that, I will have to use my CN account. So should we watch this match? Yeah, I'm quite interested. Let's watch. Look at my Callisto. She turn skip 3 units. So impressive. And you can watch my Adele do stuff, I guess. What? So timely, right? You can watch my maxed Adele do something. Honestly, my Adele is falling off a bit because I give Qingluan more priority. So too bad. Sorry, not sorry. Y'all can skip this part if you want. I got timestamps anyway. Should I start yapping? Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about the dream team now. Even though I cannot demonstrate it. So the conventional team in CN is Guna, Qingluan, Themis, Gil, and 2 flexi slots, which should be one support, which is a mage, and the other, which is a general DPS. So usually the support can... Oh, I won. Okay, so let's start from the top. No. Okay, so let's start from the top. Okay, so our dream team is like this. So as mentioned, the core units are... Did I take out my Themis? No, she's there. Qingluan, is it? Okay, so these are the 4 core units. Okay, 3 core units and tank, So we have the 2 flexi slots, which should be a general DPS like Valkyrie. Where's my Valkyrie? Nope. And a support like Elsa. So this is a conventional dream team. You can use either Elsa or Cynthia or whatever. And for Valkyrie, you can swap it with Adele. So yeah. So if you build both Adele and Valkyrie, then they'll be fighting for this spot, as mentioned in my previous video, which is why I would not advise you to build both of them, okay? Just choose one of them. This is a very simple part. Okay, so now, third part, let's talk about the main character. So let's look at my main character. As you can see, he has Valkyrie skill 1 and skill 4 equipped on him. Okay, so the best build for the main character is technically the Valkyrie build, as shown here, with 2 Valkyrie skills on him. So if you have a Valkyrie on your team and you build Valkyrie on your main character, it is very straining on your Valkyrie copies, because you will need 12 copies, you will need 6 copies to build this and another 6 copies to build this. So that's very expensive. And also, using 2 Valkyries on your team is not as effective as using a Valkyrie on your MC and a separate unit such as Adele. Okay, but however, right, this improvement is quite minor, so it is not worth to make the switch if you already built Valk. I will cover the MC in a later video, but this is just for your own information. And then now, we will move on to the worst part ever, calculations. Oh no, I hate math. Yeah, okay. So let's bring up... Oh no. Add another window, right? Please. Why are you playing with me? So sorry, but I'm not gonna retake the video because, Okay, I have it. So, should I start up another match so you can fight? I mean, you can watch me fight and lose? Okay, so let's do the math. So I will include the spreadsheet, another spreadsheet, right? I'm such a nerd. Okay, why am I roasting myself? Okay, so so y'all can read properly. Y'all can slowly read. Oh, so y'all can slowly read the spreadsheet yourselves. I'll go through the important parts in this spreadsheet. So basically, I do base calculations between main DPS Valkyrie and Adele. Okay, so in this calculation, right, as you can see here, I make a lot of assumptions and they are impossible in battle. So this just serves as an approximation to compare both their base damage. I will have 2 scenarios here. One where Valkyrie performs her worst, where she only hits 3 enemies with her skill, and the other where she performs her best, where she hits 5 enemies with her skill. Because her damage potential is limited to the enemy's formation. In comparison, right, Adele's damage is fixed with little to no variability due to her having a fixed 3 target skill and a team-wide normal attack. So her damage will not change in this calculation thing. Okay, so scenario 1. As we can see here, Valkyrie's skill will only hit 3 enemies every time it is cast. So let's list out all the assumptions I've made for this calculation. First assumption is that both Valkyrie and Adele are 13 stars at Awakening level 15, which means that they will start the match with full rage and they'll cast a skill immediately. Second, they will share, since both of them share very similar builds of Force, Physical Combo, Anger, Piercing, Will, and one final skill, the final skill is usually Chase on Adele and Strike on Valkyrie. So I will ignore these 5 skills and I will only compare Chase on Adele and Strike on Valkyrie, if you guys understand. Okay, I hope you understand. So both of them will have Astrological Orb equipped on, as it is their best in slot magic device. So the Astrological Orb in this calculation is just base 1 star. Okay, so there will be no extra rage gain from being attacked by enemies, and they will not crit. All of it is base damage multiplier. Okay, so first, these are the general assumptions, and now I'm doing Valkyrie assumptions. Okay, if that makes sense. So I will assume that her skill will only hit 3 targets per cast, and her normal attack will chain up to 3 times. So we all know she can hit 4 normal attacks in a row, but that is up to luck. So being generous, I will give her 3 times every single time. So yeah, you have to be lucky. So can I move? Okay, so the assumptions made for Adele is that whenever she casts her enhanced rage skill in the hidden state, she will kill and proc Chase. You guys might think it's not possible, but it is very possible with a properly invested Adele. Okay. Look, my Adele is doing something, I hope. Okay. Anyway, her bleed damage and max HP card will not be taken into account because it is too hard to calculate, but the multipliers are very, very big. But you know, I'll be ignoring that. So here are the multipliers that I've used in my calculation. So these are, so for Valkyrie, the rage skill that hits 3 people will be 735%. The rage skill with a strike and astrological orb will be 1058%. For her normal attack, 3 times chain will be 255%, and with strike, it will be 306%. Okay, Adele, all these, I cannot, I'm just wasting time if I read them out, so y'all can read yourself, okay? Her rage skill and her normal attack multipliers based on the number of targets. So here, my simulation will have a duration of 8 turns, and these are the damage multipliers that they will deal each turn. And here I've plotted the graph. Oh my god, nerd! Yeah, I know, sorry, okay. So we can see that the red line is the damage multiplier for Adele, and the blue line is the damage multiplier for Valkyrie. Okay, I won. Amazing. Wow, this will be a long video. Okay, so as you can see, Adele here performs amazingly, but let's do the turn breakdown. Okay, so I will explain what happens in this simulation. So my simulation battle will have 8 turns, and these are the turn breakdown, the action taken, the energy count, and damage multiplier. So let's go through one by one. So for Valkyrie, on the first turn, because I assume that they are Awakening level 15, they will start by casting the rage skill. So I will take into account the astrological orb plus strike, plus strike the effect. So the energy count will fall from 100 to 0 because she used her skill, and the damage multiplier is 1054% because okay, I did the math here, so yeah, you can just refer back there. So these are the turn breakdowns. So let's just explain. For her next turn, she will cast 3 normal attacks with the strike effect, 306%, and she will increase 50 energy. Third turn, she will do another 3 normal attack, and the strike already lost effect. So yeah, so her energy will increase from 50 to 100, and the damage multiplier for that turn dealt will be 255%. Turn 4, she will cast her skill. Her rage will fall back to 0, and she will deal a total of 735%. And so on and so forth. I really cannot keep talking. This is so boring. Boring for you guys too. So you guys can read in depth by yourself. Basically, the total damage dealt in this 8-turn simulation is 3850% damage multiplier of her attack. Okay, this is multiplier, okay? This is not attack. So this is 3850%. So now, the turn breakdown for Adele is more complicated because she has extra rage gain and all those stuff. So I will maybe talk more about this. So for her first turn, she will cast the 3-turn rage skill because in the first turn, everyone is still at 100% HP, so she will not be the hidden state. So she'll cast the 3 target. Did I say 3 turn just now? She'll cast the 3 target rage skill, where she will deal a total of 835% damage multiplier, and her energy will fall to 0. The next turn, she'll cast a normal team-wide normal attack, and her energy will increase from 0 to 50, and the damage multiplier is 540%. And I've taken note that in most of my Adele fights, she always enters the hidden state in around the second or third turn, so I just assume that she enters the hidden state in the second turn. Okay, break. Whew, I need to breathe. Okay, I'm trying to make this video short because I don't want to keep yapping. So for the third turn, she will cast a normal attack again, and her rage will increase from 50 to 130. So, normal attack she'll gain 50, and in a hidden state she'll gain an extra 30 rage when she starts the round. So it will increase from 50 to 130. And since it's a 6 target normal attack, the total damage multiplier is 540%. So on turn 4, she will cast her single target rage skill, and I'm assuming that her single target rage skill will kill somebody. So by killing someone, there will be 5 enemies left, and killing someone will trigger chase, so there will be a normal attack which hits 5 enemies. Her rage will fall from 130 to 60 because you minus 100 away for using the skill, but you gain another 30 with the hidden state, so 130 to 60. And the damage multiplier will be 447 from the single target and 450 from hitting 5 enemies, so it will be 897%. Turn 5, because there are 5 enemies left, so she will do a team-wide normal attack which hits 5 targets, and she will gain 50 rage and an extra 30 rage from the hidden state, and the total damage multiplier is 450%. Okay, so another fight. Okay, so on turn 6, because she has 140 rage energy, she will cast her rage skill, and I'm assuming she will kill someone again. So she will cast her normal attack, which will hit 4 people due to chase, and her energy will fall from 140 to 70. You take away 100 for using the rage skill, and you gain the last 30 in the hidden state. So yeah. And the damage multiplier will be 447 from the single target, and another 360 for hitting 4 enemies with the normal attack. So the total will be 807% multiplier. And by turn 6, she will exit the hidden state and go back to her normal self. Okay? So turn 7 she will cast the normal attack which will hit 4 people, and the rage and multiplier. So on the last turns, on turn 8, she will cast the rage skill, the 3 target rage skill, where it should, this should be 120 to 20. Let's make it right now. Okay, amazing. Okay, yeah, and then the total damage multiplier will be 696 because 3 times 232, right? So these are the total multipliers for her. So assuming that she can kill people twice, she'll proc chase 2 times, and her total damage multiplier will be 5125% in 8 turns. If she does not proc chase at all, it will be 4315%. So if we compare, right, even if she doesn't proc chase at all, her total damage multiplier dealt is still higher than Valkyrie at her worst. So we can see that Adele is a much more consistent damage dealer. So now let's move on to the second scenario, where Valkyrie's skill will hit 5 enemies every time it is cast. Okay, so this is Valkyrie's best fight, best scenario, because she can deal the most damage. So all the same assumptions, except Valkyrie will hit 5 enemies every skill cast, and Adele's damage will not be altered due to her having very consistent damage. Okay, so her damage has no variabilities, not much. So these are her multipliers, basically the same thing, but I just changed it to 5 times. And these are Adele's multipliers, the same thing. So yeah, okay. Ooh, got math problem. Wait. I don't think I changed. Okay, got error here. Should I change it now in a video? That's so embarrassing. Okay. I never check my stuff. I'm so sorry, viewers. So it shouldn't be 735, it should be 1225 here. 1225. Alright. Everything is good. Okay, so these are the stats. Okay, the Excel, whatever. So these are the damage multiplier per turn for the graph. So this is how the graph looks like. And wow, it looks like Valkyrie deals a lot more damage now. Because, she's hitting 2 more people than usual. So yeah, we can see that, Valkyrie has fluctuating damage between her normal attack and her skill, while Adele has more consistent damage. So yeah. Okay, now these are the turn breakdowns. It is the same thing as above, except that Valkyrie is dealing more damage due to hitting more people. So in this simulation, in the scenario 2 simulation, Valkyrie's total damage dealt will be 5540%, while Adele is the same, 5125 or 4315. So we can see that in this 5 target simulation, Valkyrie will out DPS Adele instead. So now let's move to the final part. Oh my god, I'm dying. Whew. Okay, so several things to take note of that I didn't include here. So I didn't account for Adele's bleed damage. Sorry, my voice cannot make it. Unprofessional videos, Okay, so I did not account for Adele's bleed damage at all, and in the hidden state, her skill will inflict max stacks of bleed, which is a very big sum of damage. So if you guys don't believe me, right, you can refer to my Adele battle showcase video. The thing there really shows that the bleed deals a lot of damage. Okay, so next, it is also almost impossible for Valk to always be hitting 5 targets. You guys should know this. It's not possible, but I make it so there might be a chance, okay, in case people come fight me and say that I'm glazing Adele. I'm not, okay. Okay, so the third thing is that I lost. I thought I was winning that. So the third thing is that with Themis, you might think that Adele might not be able to kill and proc chase, so I did include the damage multiplier for when she cannot proc chase. However, you can take note that Adele's normal attack will slowly chip every single enemy's HP, so it makes it more possible for her to be killing with the single target normal attack. And then for the fourth thing is that Themis will follow the 1 skill 2 normal attack turn cycle. If we exclude all the external rage gain, like hitting her can increase rage, those, so I will ignore those. She will follow the 1 skill 2 normal attack turn cycle. So because of this, Themis HP link will have a 33% downtime. So this just means that there will be 1 turn that the enemy team will not have the HP link. And then take note that this downtime will occur on turn 3 and turn 6. And we can see that on turn 3, Adele will cast her normal attack, but on turn 6, Adele will cast her single target rage skill. So on turn 6, it is highly possible that Adele will kill someone and trigger chase. Okay, so yeah. The fifth thing is that I did not include Valk's Awakening Note 3, which will increase the final damage dealt by 10%. And the last thing is that I do not include the buff and the armor break effect on Valk's skill, because too much variabilities. I'm not ready for that. So that's everything, okay? And then now, losing. This is so embarrassing. Let's skip the fight. Embarrassing. Okay, so now that I've gone through the horrendous, boring math part, these are my final thoughts. It is still the same. If you are already building Valkyrie, do not waste your time and move over to Adele. I understand that now there are not many great units, so you can use both Adele and Valkyrie in the same team. But when better units come out, you have no space to slot both of them in together. So if you have Valkyrie and you build Adele, this is just a short-term gain, short-term buff, okay? This is not good for the long term. If you're playing for a long term, which this game is, and you already have a Valkyrie, do not build Adele. So if you do not have Valkyrie and you want to look for a better damage dealer, then Adele is, here. So all's good, you can go for Adele. Okay? So my final advice, very simple. You got Valkyrie, don't build Adele. You don't have Valkyrie, then you can build Adele. Okay? As shown here, right, Valkyrie damage potential also quite good. So yeah, Okay, I finished this video. I know it's very long. I'm so sorry everybody. Like 抱歉多 long, okay? Paiseh. I very long. Very lost also. That's it. Thank you everybody. Bye bye.